continue to get reaction to President Cyril Ramaphosa's State of the Nation address. The South African Local Government Association wanted Ramaphosa to focus on issues affecting local government, and the biggest worry was in the municipal debt. Recent data shows that businesses, government entities and households owe municipalities a total of 290 billion rand. So did the president meet SALGA's expectations? Well, let's find out from the association's president, Bheki Stofile. Thank you very much, Mr. Stofile, for your time here on eNCA. Did he meet your expectations yesterday?
Greetings to you and the viewers of the eNCA. Look, the president has raised a number of issues. One of the issues was to deal with the disaster that the country is facing with regards to rolling load shedding, which it has direct effect to municipal systems in terms of providing water and other services that are dependent to electricity availability. And on that score, the President had managed to have some broader sketch of how he is preparing to deal with that, and what we are happy is about ability to have a focus program with regard to declaring the rolling load shedding as a disaster. And so that gives the opportunity to focus an intervention that it had to benefit the people of South Africa. On the score of insofar as the debt owed to municipalities by government, communities, and households and businesses. He hasn't said much to it, but we underscore the point that he has raised pertaining to the crisis and difficulties that local government is facing, and therefore there's a need to find a way of engaging with this matter. We are saying it's not because it does impact to the revenue base of a municipal system in South Africa, because if we deal with the crisis of energy today, and we don't have plans to deal with the crisis that is looming and that it might burst into the future, insofar as protection of the revenue base of a municipality is going to be a disastrous and a crisis.
Now, he did make mention about the fact that he's going to fast-track that idea of making sure that there are solar panels at different homes and even businesses. This is something that he mentioned in July last year when he was talking to us about the crisis that we're facing. Would this assist municipalities in incentivizing, households who actually generate electricity through the solar panels that government will likely be handing out?
Yeah, look, I think that the debate and discussion is about, if you do that, what is the method in supporting communities to achieve the objective that has been set? And those are the modalities that we still have to ponder around insofar as the practicability of such to be implemented in communities. And we're doing that within the viewpoint that local government is required to be also assisted in this process, because local government do believe that it is a right process, but a proper assistance, with knowing that the revenue base of a municipality is highly affected, and the revenue base of municipality has been seriously eroded, and therefore part of the intervention, it requires some cooperative way in engaging and assisting communities.
And at the moment, municipalities only achieve about 9.8%, I understand, of the revenue that is, on a national level. So how much are municipalities affected by businesses and households who aren't paying for their debts? And therefore, that means that municipalities can't pay for their debts and Eskom will then come switch you off. Do you think the president elaborated properly on that in his SONA?
No, not on this SONA, and that is why in our engagement with the Department of Finance immediately after the SONA is to look into these commitments and statement that has been made by the president, because we must translate it into an ordinary citizen that is living in a particular township somewhere in South Africa that is expected these services to come from a municipality. And what does this mean going forward? And what are the key levers that we can explore in making sure that what it has been pronounced, it has been realized by committees. So yes, we are still in engagement, and I know for a fact that we'll be engaging the Minister of Finance in the coming days insofar as this announcement. It is a serious pain for local government not to be able to collect this revenue, because remember, we sell the electricity and other services to communities, and we collect at a later stage of that. Now, if billions of rands are owed to municipalities with the product that municipality is selling or is buying to somebody, it had to sell it to somebody and try to get the money from somebody so that it can pass it over and pay it. So it's a difficult management financial process that we need to review and look at it, so that at the end of the day, municipalities does get what it is due to them.
It really is a vicious cycle, isn't it, sir? Because then it also means that people don't get the services in some parts, while they also pay. While others don't pay, there are residents who do pay, and then municipalities aren't able to have enough money to actually employ people to give the services, etc. So it's quite a vicious cycle, and I wonder if there will be some legislation that helps municipalities make sure that residents do pay for their rates and taxes. Thank you very much for speaking to us. Bheki Stofile is the president of SALGA.